Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Factorio Beginner's Guide. My name's Negative, and let's get cracking. Today we're going to be looking at doing some of modules. We're going to be automating modules today, and this production chain is pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy, but it does require a lot of raw resources. Okay, so this is going to stress our factory out. You know, our factory is just going to be like, why man? Why do it to us? But it'll be fine. We have built it strong, so it should be able to do its thing. So let's have a chat about the actual modules and what we're going to need to do here, because I want to move a little bit beyond what we've been doing and start to think about some numbers. Okay, up till now we've just kind of been eyeballing things, going like, yeah, it seems alright, maybe we could do it, yeah. But now we're going to talk about numbers. So you notice that each speed module requires 15 seconds to craft. Each speed 2 module requires 30 seconds, and each speed 3 module requires 60 seconds. So if we want one speed module every 60 seconds, we will need to supply it with 4 speed module 2s. Okay, so if we need 4 speed module 2s every 60 seconds, hold on. Let me just set this this research going. If we need 4 speed module 2s every 60 seconds, we're going to need 2 factories, I believe, because each one of these takes 30 seconds. Okay, so 30 seconds in a minute, it will produce 2 out of 1 factory. Out of 2 factories, it'll create 4. And then for the last step, we need to create a speed module. So if we've got 4 of these factories, we need to supply them each of them with 4 speed module 1s. Okay, which means we need 8 of these. So we're going to go 8, 4, 1. I reckon is the ratio. Now I may be wrong about that, because obviously I'm just doing this on the fly. So we'll actually see how it works out. So 8, 4, 1. 8, 4, 1. We can do that. So there's our 8. We're going to go along. Here's our 4. We'll go along. And 1, 2. There's our 1. Okay. Now, throughout them all, you'll notice that they all require red circuits. So one of these lines here is going to be the red circuit line. Now the first 2 only require, I think this line here could actually be an output line, and then we'll shift the output line to the outside, something like that. Anyway, let's see how this works. Right, let's get it set up and let's get it going. I actually think I've put this too close here. Yeah, I have. Let's move it over a little bit, because this way I can set up the input properly. Now I need some requesters, some blue boxes, some blue requester boxes. I don't really want 50 of them. We'll just split that up and get a number that's a little bit better. Alright, so I'm going to go with 4 boxes. We're going to go fast inserters. Then we're going to request in red circuits. Happy days. Okay, now we can base our build off this this kind of guide that we've got now. And go here, here, here. Oop. Miss a gap there, like that. Excellent. Okay. So there's our first step. Now these are going to be speed module 1s. Okie dokie. There's something else we'll need to do is actually throw in another roboport here. Otherwise it won't work. Put in some power. You hold the phone. Move that to there. And this to here. That's much better. Much better. Rightio. Pick this up. Now we need to place down the factories for the speed module 2s. So we'll need 4 of them, speed module 2s. How do we do this? Something like this, maybe? I think that works. Okie dokie. So they all require red circuits, so the red circuits are just going to run down the middle. Let's start putting in some inserters. Okay. Now I'm kind of because these require blues, I'm thinking that the output might actually be best sent to the inside here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll put the output on the inside. We just need to set this up so that it goes something like this. Now this is the hard way of automating this. If we wanted, we could just do it using the bots over here, and that would be perfectly fine if you wanted to do it like that. There's nothing wrong with just automating everything in the game using, you know, this kind of setup. But I kind of like belts. I like the way they operate, and I like how the factory looks when you do use belts for the majority of your things. So these are going to require inputs because this is going to be green circuits. Now then, what we want to do is we want to split off from the main bus. We want to bring it over. I'm just going to line this up. Then I know where we need to go. So it's just a matter of connecting the dots, really. Okay, there's one circuit line. Now we want to extend out the main bus real quick, okay, because we don't want to build over the top of the main bus. Seems like our walls are actually in a bad spot. We come back here. Yeah, no, we're fine. Okay, so that's that line. We need to extend this up. Eventually, it'll go up there. And it looks like it's a little bit inconveniently placed, our roboport. I think that maybe we adjust it a little bit, just so that we can get a good split here. So just that, and then the next thing that we'll do is we'll place the roboport down in here. Okay, that's a nice space for it. We will throw all the logistics bots in there. Okay, happy days. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our green and our reds done. You can see that our machines are actually working away already. This is happy news. This is great news. And remember, this build is inherently balanced, so I don't need to do anything with the belt in here, because, you know, when one side of the line gets unbalanced, the other factories will work harder. That's all that's going to happen. So this, on the other hand, requires blue, red, and speed module 1s. So we've already got the reds, we've already got the blues. We just need to really get them to where they need to go. We'll get some inserters down. And there we go. So that's all working the way it should now. Now we need to get our blue circuits also. And I think what we do here is just we just kind of hack it in a little bit. This will actually work out quite nicely, I think. And then the output for both will be on the outside. Now what we'll do with the output is we'll bring said output. Actually, hold on. Hold the phone. I want this to be the output here. I want this to be the input. That'll be a little bit neater. Move that, delete that. Okay. So what we're going to do with the output, right, is we're going to bring it in here and then along. Now this is going to require us to just sneak this underground real quick. There we go. So we've got the output line, and this is ready for our final factory, which will actually create the speed module 3. We'll come to that in a moment though, because we need to get the blue circuits into this area here. Now this is becoming a little bit spaghettified, which isn't ideal at all, but we can make it work. All we need to do is just adjust some things a little bit, I think. Still not enough room. Damn. Okay. Plan B. Plan B. What is Plan B? I think that maybe we can get away with something like this. I don't think that 4 of them is actually going to be. I think that four requesters here is probably overkill, but that's okay. There's no such thing as overkill in Factorio. Rightio. So that's going to balance itself, and it's going to move into this area here and this area here. And we just need a couple more inserters. Those inserters to output the finished speed modules. Okay, that's happy days. Now we need actually another robo port in this side. You see that you'll notice that there's a gap right now in our coverage over this part of the factory. This is not ideal. We need to fix that, because otherwise it won't work the way we want it to work. Now then, where is... Up here, isn't it? I knew that. Now I can either request it in using the logistics, or I can walk to the box and pick up what I want. Obviously, if you're lazy, you would just request it in. This is problematic. Maybe I'll just put it here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we've got blue circuits flowing smoothly. We've got speed modules 2 being made. Now we also need we need blue circuits here, we need red circuits, we need speed module 2s, and then the last thing that we need are alien artifacts. Now, alien artifacts, you do get a lot of them from databases, but by far and away the heaviest consumer of those artifacts is actually your module production. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need a lot of modules. Okay, so that's going. I'll put in another fast inserter here. It's fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an inserter. I'm going to put in a box. Then I'm just going to request in 10 of them. Then the last step will be to output our final product into a red acid provider. And we're actually going to set up a network condition when we actually get this in the network itself. So we're going to say, all right, I want you to work while ever there's less than 50. And that's a lot. It's going to take a long time to get through all of that. Okay. So this is all working fine now. Now here's the genius of this. What I can now do is I can blueprint this. Okay. I just blueprint it, just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it down another 2 times. Okay, once I move the wall. And I'm going to end up with not only my speed modules, but my efficiency modules and my productivity modules all automated for me. Absolutely great. Brilliant news, this. Now let me just run down here real quick because I don't know what's happening with my alien artifacts. I suspect that I have run out. And indeed I have. So I'll need to go out killing biters and doing that kind of thing. Actually, I might even just spawn them in for the sake of just getting it done. I think that's maybe what I'll do. I'll just spawn in some artifacts, because otherwise I'll have to go far and wide to find them. Now notice that green circuits for our blue circuits is struggling somewhat. So what I want to do here is I actually want to adjust this a little bit. I don't want this this bottom side drawing on this line anymore. I want to give it its own input. The issue is we have a great big roboport in the way. So, alright, I think this works. Not one lower. Here we go. What we'll do is we'll sneak it in here. Connect this up here. This in. Rightio. So we got. I think that's a better way of doing things. And notice that our green circuit supply is starting to become somewhat patchy. But this is okay because we've left room for it to be expanded. So let's grab a blueprint and let's stamp down another bank of these. There we go. Now all we need to do is just connect up the dots, because obviously there's a little bit of gap. Once you've got all this stuff automated, once you've got all this stuff in the logistics network, you can see how quickly you can expand your factory. Okay, I've just expanded my my circuit production by another 50% again. This is very good. You see the numbers of circuits coming out is starting to it's starting to become a reasonable amount. We're producing 1,000 a minute. And it all looks pretty damn good to me. We're struggling a little bit on iron, and that's because we're taking one input and then splitting it into 2. So ideally what we want to do is not do that. We want to be giving this its own input. So here is actually a handy split that I've already got. So what I'll do is I'll just adjust this right now to do what I want it to do. Okay, because this can feed this second line right now. So we'll cap that off. Need to connect this actually. Okie dokie. So there we go. Happy days. Yeah, we're fine. So that's improved the iron supply. Have a look at our production. We're about 1k per minute green circuits. All right, cool. And it's little tweaks like these that you know, you can make to your factory. You don't have to make them though. That's the thing. Like all I'm doing here is I'm just gaining time. A factory will eventually do what I want it to do. It'll eventually get there, but by making these amendments, I can gain time. Here, I just want to see if I can actually change this this design over to something that's identical to this. Leave that blueprint for a moment. Will it fit? It will fit. Excellent. Now what you can do is you can shift left click and it will force place a blueprint. So even though I might have things overlapping, things in the way, by shift left clicking I can actually force it to place. You'll notice that here I've got a few extra long bits hanging over the edge of my blueprint, but it mostly works. So by shift left clicking I can actually force it to be placed. Right, let's see if this works any better. Full belt, nice. Right, that's what I wanted to see here, was a full belt. That previous design wasn't perfect with regards to how it was drawing on the 4 incoming lines. But I have done goofed. There is fractionally not enough space here. If we move everything up by 1, there will be. So that's what we'll do right now. It's backwards. Let's okie dokie. Now we got it going. Okay. Good. Solved it. Oh boy. Now you're going to need to ensure that your green circuits do produce at a reasonable rate. You can see that I could nearly sneak another one on the end here. I am going to do it actually. I'll sneak another one on the end. Why the hell not? Let's just go crazy with it. Go ham. So this big power pole needs to be squidged a little bit. Now we're going to need faster belts if we're going to want to take full advantage of this end component, but it's just going to boost our production that little bit more, and we are making modules now, so we're going to need it. Now, with faster belts, we could actually just keep expanding this out until we can't place any more circuits on the belts. You see how fast it is. You know, I've doubled my green circuit production in this episode. I didn't even spend that long on it. Now, another issue that we currently have is power. So I'm going to fix that off screen. I hope that this has been of some assistance to you in setting up your speed, not necessarily speed modules, but just modules in general. Hope that it has been of some assistance to you. You can see up here that we're starting to buffer up on each of them. It's quite nice. And once I've got some alien artifacts, we'll be able to start cranking out our speed modules. So I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And what we'll actually do in the next episode is I'm actually going to stamp down the next 2 designs so that you guys can see how I do that. I look forward to seeing you then.